Hi everyone. Today I want to discuss. Wait, my camera is not. Yeah. The collective nodes that we are in for at least a year, if it's not longer. I think it's even longer because the nodes are so dominant if it comes to where um, we are going as a collective, and of course also this plays out on an individual level, and um, especially because the energy waves that are hitting us in such a short amount after each other is only increasing the intensity of what is happening astrologically. So a lot of you might be noticing right now that your habits and routines are changing drastically at the moment. The South Node in Virgo is known for its habits and its routines, and of course that is a very beautiful and earthy thing. But Pisces is asking of us that look at your current habits and routines, and are they that healthy, or are they merely a cover up of what you don't want to acknowledge and what you don't want to heal or what you don't want to feel? Because the shadow side of Virgo is also wanting to control and analyze everything and covering um, things up under the carpet of habits and routines. I know what I talk about because I have I have a lot of Virgo energy in my chart, and I know it is a positive thing to be a earthy soul, so to say, but it also has its shadow sides. And so a lot of you might be noticing that the routines and habits that you have been um, playing out for the past years are really drastically changing at the moment. Where before, for instance, you might stand up and instantly grab for your phone, or I don't know, put the TV on, or go in a fast pace, not giving yourself time to wake up and just sit for a while. It can work out and turn out. Everybody has its own little quirks and habits that we have silently and secretly implemented without even knowing what we undermine, what we suppress in that way. Um, so where before it was an easy habit or pattern to lean on, so to say, in a day, you now start to feeling a little restlessness around it. You feel off, so to say. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Like, for instance, if you're a person who goes about their day very in a fast pace or in a rushed pace, you might be feeling you're getting more and more exhausted. It's not working for you anymore. Your body starts aching. There are signs that are telling you that you need to slow down, because Pisces is pulling towards feeling and healing what is there that you covered up under that fast pace of living. Other people might be inclined to do exactly the opposite, to be in a frozen state because of trauma, to I don't know, watch too much TV or scroll too much on the phone. And you also might be noticing that you're not getting away with this anymore. It starts to feel off. You will feel it's the same, every input you give yourself in life is just like food. If every day you eat fast food, your body is going to, at one point, let you know that it's not taking the crap anymore, you know. The higher the frequency is going at the moment, the body has to adjust, our way of thinking is adjusting, and so is our intake of input during the day. So there is a huge alchemical, how do you say that, a boiling point happening right now, that it's old habits are becoming too hot. We need to jump out of the pot because we feel like this is not going to last the time. So we are needing to adapt other ways of going about our day, and that can go along with uncertainty, fear, anxiety, resistance, aggravation, annoyance, because ego doesn't like to change. Huh? It's like when we need to adapt to a different kind of behavior, ego will act like it's taken away its candy. So it's not going to be pleased for a while, and we might be going through a time of aggravation, of restlessness, of not sitting well in our body, you know, where we used to rely on, and where we used to feel peaceful under, we're not able to rely on anymore. It's because it's simply not peaceful anymore. Energies are really asking of us to change and to see that certain patterns are not aligned with the energy that is becoming higher and higher and higher at the moment. Also, what I'm getting is we really need to let go of our inner drugstore, so to say. An example, for instance, is letting go of giving ourselves dopamine hits every day. And a lot of us are still doing it by daydreaming, by thinking about things that are not here in our lives. So to avoid what is, dopamine hits can go by exercising too much, by watching too much TV, by thinking about sex or feeling lustful feelings in order to avoid reality. And this is, it's in a way it's beautiful, especially for the truth seekers among us, because we are surrounded with mirrors, and every behavior at the moment that is not aligned with the current energy is mirrored back to us big time, and it's almost hard not to see what we're doing. And then comes the action, of course, when we start picking up a certain behavior that gives us that dopamine hit, for instance, by eating sugar, because we feel we earned it, because we are going through such a hard transformation. I'm not saying we have to be our own Spartanian slave. That's not what I'm saying. We can enjoy life, but check in with your body and check in with your feelings, because your body is undergoing a huge shift, and our ways of what we need in all forms of input at the moment is changing drastically. But I'm also getting what's very potent at the moment is a lot of us might be wrestling at the moment to let go of certain people in our lives that we know we need to let go of. Some people are still wrestling with it, people being still in their lives physically, and feeling, why can I not? I know I need to move on. I need to let go of this person, and they're simply not feeling able to. But the friction, that's that boiling pot, is becoming hotter and hotter and hotter, and we really feel we need to step out. Other people have already left uh, a specific person, or a toxic relationship, or a toxic friendship or family interaction, but are still very much psychologically thinking and wrestling or missing or really mourning the obsessing the connection that has left your life. It's also a form of giving yourself dopamine hits. Missing and thinking a lot about a specific person is not in reality coming in terms with what is healthy for you. And this is also routine, eh? Thinking about other people, or daydreaming about, oh, what a nice time did I have with a family member or a friend or a romantic relationship, and at the same time not being present in the here and now. And for the brain and its chemicals, there is not so much difference if you are physically in connection, or when you're still giving yourself that input. The brain cannot dissect what is reality, and what is the mind doing its tricks on itself. It's the same thing when you think something bad is going to happen. The body is making adrenaline, stress hormones. So the body also thinks there is, in fact, really something stressful going to happen. This is all, by the way, also a habit that we can have. Giving ourselves a constant adrenaline shot, like, oh, I need to stay busy, or oh, it's not safe to slow down, or it's not safe to interact with other people, with other habits, other ways of being. So we are in such a transformative period, and so much all parts of ourselves are dissolving at the moment. At the moment it's a constant dissolving. Neptune and Saturn are still in very close relation to each other, and how I feel those two are working at the moment, it's I like to compare them at the moment with a potato peeler, you know. One blade on top is Neptune, and the other on the lower is Saturn, and it's just ripping. It's ripping, especially now it's retrograde. It's ripping all the layers off of us that are not in resonance with the energy at the moment. So also give yourself the space to experiment with your habits and your routines and your way of thinking. By the way, Uranus in Gemini is hugely transforming also our way of thinking, our way of relating to the outside world, the way of relating with ourselves. And especially for the psychics and empaths, we already naturally have a pretty open third eye, and it's popping open like crazy. So a lot of people are experiencing at the moment ear ringing, pressure in the head, headaches, dizziness, seeing blurry. There's a lot going on in this third eye area. So yeah, I think I have been rambling enough. It's a lot. It's it's a huge transformation we will be going through for a while. Be kind to yourself in daring to be the child again, daring to become curious again, because there is a lot that is shown that doesn't work for us anymore in terms of habits, in terms of structure, in terms of ways of thinking. But if we become, instead of resisting and letting the ego remain the main character on stage, we can also speak to our inner child and let our inner child be curious again. Like, okay, this is not working, there's a lot not working, but I wanted to say something in Dutch. Try to remain open if it comes to okay. So you can look at it as a negative thing, like, oh, there's so much ending, but you can also try to see it from a different side. Is okay, I'm going to experiment. That's also what Gemini is, by the way. Yeah? It's about experimenting. It's about trying new stuff, trying new things. And if it doesn't work out, okay, then drop it again. It's not a failure. It's just we are really in this experimental period at the moment, trying to figure ourselves out again, what resonates with our essence, and it can be a really fun process with time to time some anxiety, panic, and control. I leave you guys with this. Much love.